Welcome back to today's discussion. This may come as a bit of a surprise, but I really don't like the term "I'm sorry." I don't particularly say it very often because I just don't like the word now. I don't like the or the phrase. I don't like the way it's used in today's day and age. I don't think it means much for most people. I think people say it frequently. They say it all the time. Like you bump into them, like I'm sorry. Like for what? You didn't do anything. Like we didn't even know each other was there. Or you grab the door at the same time they say I'm sorry. Well, what are you sorry for? So it's become this thing now where it's just kind of a catch-all phrase. And generally speaking, what I see a lot is people will do the same thing over and over again. They'll fake this I'm sorry, and then they won't ever learn from it. They'll just keep doing the same thing over and over again. So it's really lost its value and its sentiment to me. So I don't just typically say it at all because I just don't think it means much to anybody in today's day and age. Now, does that mean that I don't feel the sensation of not liking what I did and not needing to apologize for it or show that I've learned from it? I don't think that is the case. And in fact, I think that's actually important to do. But here's how I do it instead. I acknowledge that I did something wrong. I'll acknowledge that there was something there. And then I will get a plan in place to show you that I have learned from this mistake. And I will do everything in my power to not repeat it. Now, sometimes, depending on what it is, it'll take some time to get that habit out of the system or whatever. But if it's a big enough thing, what I'll do is, again, acknowledge it. And then you'll have a conversation, or I'll have a conversation with that person to discuss ways forward to where I don't have to, or so that I shouldn't say have to, that I don't repeat that thing again. For instance, say you yell at somebody or whatever, or you have a really big argument, and then you can sit down and say, okay, I acknowledge the fact that I went way overboard. Here's a plan going forward. If I get to this level, let's separate for 5 minutes and then reconvene to have this conversation in a cooler, calmer manner. Or, hey, I know in this certain segment, when I'm in this mode, I get to this level. So therefore, going forward, I'm not going to play that role. I'm just going to play this role instead. And I'm going to detach from that role because I know that it's not, between the two of us, we're not compatible in that manner. And that's how we're going to go forward. Now, frequently that is more than enough to calm things down and show that I actually am sorry in the true nature of that. But I don't have to use the words I'm sorry because, again, for me, actions speak louder than words anyway. So I'd rather see that you're sorry and see you do something that shows that you've learned from the experience rather than just hearing some blanket words that you probably don't mean anyway. So anyway, that's my story. What are your thoughts? What do you think about this? Or, do you have any other comments or additions to this?